This morning, we are expecting some more decisions from the Supreme Court. As we all know now, yesterday, justices unanimously rejected restrictions on a drug used in abortion. Ruling marked the court's first abortion-related case since it overturned Roe v. Wade 2 years ago.
CBS News chief legal correspondent Jan Crawford is in our Washington bureau, and I know you're standing by. We want to know what to expect.
Don't we all?
Yeah. So the court hasn't issued, a final word on abortion for this term. There's still at least one more case pending over Idaho's near total abortion ban. Can you remind us about that case?
Sure. I mean, that involves kind of a more narrow issue about abortion and emergency room care. And the Biden administration, after the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, really looked for some creative ways to try to protect abortion access in states where there are going to be almost total bans or near total bans. And so they brought this lawsuit against the state of Idaho, saying that a federal law that guarantees emergency room stabilizing treatment should override Idaho's almost total ban on abortions, because if a woman were to go to an emergency room and need an emergency abortion, there's some argument that in Idaho that wouldn't happen. Now, Idaho says that's not true, and there's no conflict between the laws, and of course, doctors in emergency rooms would be able to perform this even under Idaho's strict abortion law. But that's the issue, and it was a really difficult argument, and so I think that this one, unlike the one we saw yesterday, is unlikely to be unanimous.
Okay, so it should be interesting. What other opinions are you watching out for?
You know, it is, I mean, there are so many on almost every kind of controversial issue that, we've got out there. I mean, we just talked about abortion, but there's gun control, two big gun rights cases. There's the issue in the environment. There's a kind of like free speech and social media. There's the whole structure of government and regulatory agencies. And that's before we even get to the two big cases involving former President Donald Trump and whether he can be prosecuted for his actions around January 6th and efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. And if he can, there's another case that asks whether he and a couple hundred other January 6 defendants can be prosecuted for obstruction, a charge that carries a 20-year prison sentence. So these are obviously major cases, not only for, society and everyday life and issues that affect all of us, but also whether or not, former President Trump is going to stand trial for January 6th.
I can't recall another time where I feel like the Supreme Court has been really under scrutiny. Accusations of partisanship, accusations of unethical behavior. As you know, Justice Thomas, there's like a new accusation that he's been taking several more really nice luxury trips from a big GOP donor. I wonder, is this something that the justices think about?
Yes.
They do. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's significant concern among the justices that there's declining public confidence in the courts. And, they would take issue with how we in the media characterize a lot of these more recent stories, including the one you just mentioned, by pointing out that Justice Thomas has a rich friend, and he's been a friend of his for a really long time. And under old disclosure rules, the way he and other judges understood it, you didn't have to report your travel with your friends when they had certainly no business before the court. There's no allegations that Thomas had his finger on the scale for his old rich buddy. So, they're of the mind that, yes, this is a real concern. And obviously, public confidence in the courts is crucial to people kind of following their decisions. And I think you see the same thing now. And again, it's just kind of overarching our entire justice system. It's very troubling. We're seeing the same thing from Trump supporters and Republicans who are going after the judge in the Trump case in New York, saying that he's corrupt, saying the system is corrupt. So, you've got these allegations on both sides. And the people who are hearing that will start to believe it. And that is the concern.
Yeah, it is. It's troubling, Jan. I don't know. Thank you.
Thanks.